I'm not allowing my partner to be at the birth of our child. Parents, I'm gonna need you in the comments on this one. This was first posted May 23rd, 2025, so it is hot and ready. It is fresh. Hi all, this is really fresh and I'm currently still very emotional from it all. Please forgive me if it seems like I am rambling. I'm also excluding the majority of the background because I don't want to distress myself further. I am due to give birth to my second child any day now. I'm a little worried that all my emotions from today may send me into labor. Not ideal. My partner, I use the word loosely because I'm not really sure if I want him to be that, has a narcissistic, abusive mother. She is a vile woman. She tormented me during my first pregnancy and postpartum. My partner cut her off then, and for the most part, I had peace. She has slowly been working her way back into our lives. I never hated her until she made me feel like I was less than a human. My partner is overly defensive about her, partially because he is in denial about the emotional abuse and neglect he experienced growing up. She is the cause of a lot of our disagreements. I just found out that my partner has been deliberately withholding information from me. One of the major factors that led to me resenting his mother was the fact that she turned up at the hospital after I had given birth. She made her way to my ward and into my room, knowing it was against my wishes to have any visitors. She had argued with me about it for months. So you blatantly told her, I don't want anyone there, and she still showed up. It turns out he knew that she was coming. He knew and he didn't say anything. He told me less than an hour ago. I am so hurt by him. I feel betrayed. My family were incredibly angry with me because they thought I prioritized my in-laws over them. They had been told I did not want visitors and they were happy to respect my wishes. I don't blame them for feeling slighted. Yeah, because then your mom and your family is sitting there being like, why did his mom get to go and be a visitor and I wasn't allowed? He prioritized his mother over my wishes, over my needs. He let my family blame me and said nothing for over 2 years, knowing he could have prevented it. I have told him he cannot come to the birth of our second and that my firstborn and I will be leaving once I can pack the things up. That's crazy. Like, that's such a bold statement to not allow the father at the birth. She told me that she did not care about my wishes. She told me how her happiness mattered more than mine. She told me that my stance was ridiculous and that she needs to be there to meet her baby. She told me that wanting space to adjust was unnecessary. She told me that I was being delusional to think I could keep her away. He knew about all of this. He knew and he still gave her what she wanted. He knew about this and he lied to me. I cannot trust him to be at the hospital with me. I do not want to see his face as I am having my surgery. I do not have anyone else, but I'd rather be alone than be with him. Does this make me the a-hole? I feel awful for even wanting to do this. This has devastated me. Now there is an edit, there's a few edits, to this original post, probably to give some more information, because whoa. Edit number 1, all the stuff she said was when I was pregnant with my first. I had, antenatal anxiety? I've never heard of that. And she used this against me. She would trigger attacks and then call me mental in order to get her to side with him. He was not sure what to believe and cut her off because he did not think that I was lying. She works at the hospital where I had my baby. She's a doctor. That complicates things. I did tell the staff about the no visitors rule, but she can bypass it with her access card. I'm not sure if he kept quiet to avoid a scene in front of colleagues because he also works there. Oh my God. The fact they argued made me think he didn't know and she did it because he went low contact. I cannot change hospitals because I am high risk and under the care of specific doctors. My plan has been created and I have to stay put. Edit number 2. For those requesting I report her for accessing my records, it has already been reported and is being investigated. In terms of reporting her accessing my room, I will speak with the hospital in the morning. Girl, you're typing this like from your hospital bed? Are you in the hospital yet? Or are you at home? I'm not sure where we are in terms of the birth happening. Like, how soon is it happening? Now we're gonna read the relevant comments because she answered a lot of them and she's giving some more information. Someone commented, just tell the labor and delivery crew you don't want anyone there. They will keep them out. The OOP wrote back, I told the staff the first time, she works at the hospital. That's how she got access last time. Yeah, she works there. She's probably like, oh, that's my son, so I'm just gonna go. Next comment, I'd bet dollars to donuts she accessed your records, which is a major HIPAA violation. HIPAA can get her fired immediately. Ask medical records to see who accessed your records. Tell them mother-in-law had no authorization. Hopefully that may put her job in jeopardy or even get her fired. No more access to you. OOP wrote, I asked them to check because my private medical correspondence somehow kept getting changed to my in-laws' home address. I never gave the hospital that address. There's like illegal things happening here. Not even funny. I'm like laughing because I'm uncomfortable. Next comment, someone expressed concern for her danger, but this comment has since been deleted. However, she answered. She wrote, my partner has no rights until I add him to the birth certificate. It quite literally is my baby. If he tried to take them, it would be kidnapping. He's not allowed to do or go anywhere with my baby without my consent, and the nurses would always confirm to make sure I was actually okay with it. I also have left my care in the hands of my mother because I am worried that he would turn to his mother during a time of distress and blindly follow bad advice. Should anything happen to me, my lawyers have instructions and evidence. They have said it should prove more than substantial to prevent her from having access to my children. I want what is best for them. Her being in their life is not that. Moving on, we have the first update, which came the next day. Firstly, I contacted the hospital about my upcoming admission. Okay, so she's not at the hospital. She's still at home. I was redirected to a safeguarding line and explained the situation. They have confirmed my file is still showing as locked and have taken her details in order to ensure she is prevented from accessing it. I'm not sure if this will guarantee she stays away, but if she doesn't, I will not be accountable or to blame for the consequences of her actions. Secondly, I did contact the hospital about the previous incident. They are being shifty, to say the least. They do not want to take the complaint because, quote, I should have contacted them there and then, which I have already explained. It was then that they did not want to take it because a major staff was involved and that wasn't what they dealt with. I have been sure to get their refusal in writing. Oh yeah, hand that to your lawyer ASAP. I was passed around to various other departments. One has agreed to look into the previous incident if she violates my request a second time. Thirdly, I have spoken to my lawyers about quite a few things. I've sent everything to my lawyer. I cannot disclose them here, but now everything is being set in motion. Finally, this is the update that will get a lot of backlash from most of you. Oh, why? My mother-in-law has my hospital date. Damn. She sent a message stating that she found it out from someone she works with. They were named in the message. I'm not entirely sure why that person had it to begin with. There was also a mention of how she will already be working on that day. You can pretty much guess where this is going. We're just repeating what happened the first time. I cannot do anything about it this weekend, but I will be contacting the hospital and my lawyers on Monday. I'm not sure if I missed anything. My brain is sleep deprived right now. I'll add it if I am reminded or suddenly remember. And she did in fact add, so I guess she got some sleep. Edit number 1, covering some repeated mentions again. I'm British. Some stuff you are all saying applies, some does not. I appreciate it, but my lawyers are on top of everything and I've been sending the necessary documents, etc. Hospital change is not an option. As per the previous post, this is the best hospital for me to be at. If anything were to happen, I would be transferred back there either way. Hospitals here are in trust. She can access both that offer maternity services, and the others are too far for me to get to. To be strictly clear, my partner did not tell her the date. I know I wrote it above, but some comments are still suggesting it was him. It was definitely not. She sent the name of the person in this message that she wrote to him. This person is from her department. I cannot remember her exact job role, but I know that she is in a senior position. So mother-in-law wrote to son saying, hey, I know the date of your birth. This person told me, and obviously he told her. Are we forgiving him then if he's being honest this time around? Edit 2. I knew I forgot something. My aunt is trying to swap her shifts at work to be with me. My issue is that I don't want anyone with me during the actual surgery. The only person I would want there is my partner. Right now, still a massive no from me, and he is respecting that. My mother would faint. She couldn't even look at the pictures of my firstborn if he had not yet been cleaned up. Post-surgery, I won't be able to walk and will still be a sitting duck. This is when my mother-in-law is most likely to make her appearance. I hope she has enough sense to stay away this time, but I am a realist. She will try to come no matter what. I am mostly concerned about not having anyone around because I know I still want to shower at some point, but I won't be able to if my baby is not supervised. I will have 2 private nurses, but I know they are not people I can realistically trust to confront my mother-in-law if I am not present. Some have suggested doulas. I started to look into it yesterday and will continue to research before the weekend is over. I am really disheartened about having to compromise on my boundary. My child is more important to me, and for their sake, I will do what I have to do. Edit number 3. There's a misconception about my partner. I should have cleared some stuff up in my first post, but I was crying when I wrote it, so it really will be all over the place. I have mentioned it in a lot of my replies. What he did was wrong and inexcusable. He knows this, I know this. That aside, my partner is the one who cut my mother-in-law out of our lives. He made his own choice to do that 2 years ago. I never asked him to do it. Whilst people may not believe me, he still does a lot to ensure that she stays away now. He has looked into moving us away, but he has a specialist role and needs a job posting to become available. At present, the only one is in another country, and he was asked for it by name. He does not want to take me away from my family and friends, so he has declined the offer. She does not come to my home. She does not see my firstborn. We do not go to their house. We do not meet up in public or private. The most he will see her is at work social events, or a family gathering. He will acknowledge her presence to be civilized, but we stay away. If she tries to be situated with us, he will remove us. Her worming her way back in is met with resistance from all at all angles. I did mention he is overly defensive about her. To explain this better, I mean that he will be defensive if I mention something that she has done. It is almost like a coping mechanism for him. What he doesn't do is go out of his way to defend her and tell me that I am at fault, etc. There is, of course, a lot more that he has done, and I will credit him for that. A lot of this is remembering that he has grown up under her abuse and narcissism his whole life. He needs to go to therapy and come to understand that he has internalized things that are not normal. Thirdly, my aunt is due to be here in an hour. She says I need to hear him out about what happened at the hospital. She has seen the messages from then, and she says he is not entirely to blame for it. Maybe there's more to the story there. She is someone that will hold anyone and everyone accountable for their actions, so I can trust her opinion. Now, we got some more relevant comments from her in the comments section. Someone asked where OOP and him stand as of now. She says, I'm not really speaking to him at the moment. I will still be adamant about not wanting him with me. He is respecting my decision and understands why I feel this way. He has also contacted my aunt and explained what he did. She is shocked that he would keep quiet. She did say I should hear him out about it because he has shown her the messages and she doesn't think he is entirely to blame based on the reply he had sent to my mother-in-law at the time. Outside of this, he has never given me a reason to distrust him. He doesn't tell my mother-in-law my business. He barely even talks to her. I thought he was lying about what he said yesterday, but my aunt has confirmed it did happen, just not in the way that he is entirely to blame. My aunt is coming tomorrow. I will probably talk to him after that. She is someone I can trust to be honest with me. I'm very curious where this goes because part of me is thinking there could be some reconciliation here and he might end up allowed to be in the room. It could go either way. Let's hydrate before we get into the next update. You know what time it is. Grab your beverage, but drink some water. Cheers. All right, the update. Let's see how it went. I made a decision in relation to the hospital and my family. Drum roll. Before I get into it, take away the drum roll. Before I get into that, I do want to say that this was never something I was taking lightly. I would never want to deprive my partner of the opportunity to be there when our child was born. It is a once in a lifetime event. No matter how many children you have, you can only be there for that child once. The reason it was considered is because I cannot have someone who treated me and has since treated me the way my mother-in-law does around me. Nor would I be willing to have someone who enabled her in getting her way by my side, especially when what I need is someone I can trust. I was still going to allow him to sign the birth certificate after the fact. He is their dad and they are not a pawn. Custody is a whole other matter, but as I would recommend to most people, always look into it even if you have no intention of separating. It will give you clarity on your position. We already have a pre-existing agreement that we both are happy to abide by. Now for the decision. I am allowing him to be present. I had that inkling. My spidey senses could feel the reconciliation. However, my aunt will also be there in the event he proves incapable of dealing with my mother-in-law. She will not hesitate to advocate for us all, and she will defend my partner if my mother-in-law tries to get to him. He has shown me his commitment to our family over the past couple of years. He was willing to miss the birth because he understood how much his actions have impacted me. He also said he will look into therapy for his personal development. He has given me space to come to this decision on my own. I feel it is best for our family. I did speak to him about the previous incident yesterday afternoon. My aunt was right about him not being entirely to blame. A lot of it comes down to timings, circumstances, what I witnessed, and what he told me. He had seen a message from her to say that she was on her way to my room and not replied because he was helping me. He did not see the second message where she essentially told him that neither of us was going to prevent her from having her way until after she had already left. It was a case of him knowing, not agreeing that she could come. The fact he did not speak up when he realized she was in the room and she had picked up our baby was another fault that he has accepted. However, he did not leave to confront her after a nurse arrived to take over. With this, I would be a complete monster to keep him away. He is and will continue to be my partner. I never blamed him for my mother-in-law's actions. She deserves to and will be held accountable for herself. Yes, he lied to me by keeping quiet. Yes, he deceived my family by not correcting them and letting me take the blame. He has said he will speak to them and accept the consequences of his actions. My mother-in-law decided to contact me directly yesterday evening. I did have her blocked for calls and texts. It seems I forgot about an app. It has been rectified. Safe to say I have a lot to update my lawyers with. My partner is aware what I am doing and fully supports it. If you're disappointed in my choice, that is fine. I am the one that will have to live with it. Interesting. We do have some more, but I'm curious to know if you guys are disappointed in this decision or if we're happy that dad gets to be there for the birth of his child. Now we have a final update, which came June 1st, 9 days later. Hi y'all, this is a small update. If it reads badly, I apologize. My medication makes me drowsy and I have to retype some words. I wanted to do it whilst I have this free moment. I'm finally home from the hospital now. I am so glad to be back because I found myself somewhat on edge and anxious the entire time I was there. This went far better than last time. There were a few complications with the drugs they gave me, so I was quite out of it for most of the first day. Thankfully, I had a lot of assistance and was pretty much fully catered to. I did not even change a single nappy. My partner came into the theater with me. The theater? Well, that is a performance I do not want a front row seat to, respectfully. I would faint. I am so glad he was there for the birth of our baby. The smile on his face is something I will always cherish, and he was a huge support to me the whole time, though I think he was more nervous than I was. My aunt was very much a security guard the entire time. My partner couldn't stay with me because of our firstborn, so she stayed in his place. I did not manage to sleep due to discomfort and feeling unwell, but it was nice to have some company. I didn't know if mother-in-law did try to come to theaters or the ward. My aunt said she cannot be sure, but she did see someone that looked like her through a glass window in the main ward. Even though she wasn't seen, word travels fast in the hospital. As I was brought into recovery, someone mentioned that my mother-in-law was telling people she was sad that she was not allowed to visit the baby's room. I did not know what they were hoping to achieve by passing on this message. I'll be honest, it made me cry. My baby was not even an hour old at this point, and she was still making everything about her. I'm always the bad guy for just wanting peace. I feel like a happy day is permanently spoiled for me. My partner did leave to address her after he heard the comments. He told her she wouldn't be saying anything else, and I did not hear anything else from anyone. Before anyone speaks, no, he did not take his phone to show her photos. All the photos were taken on my phone, and he left his with me. I did unblock her before being admitted in case she sent me anything else. I was concerned that she would message me directly and then turn up claiming that I was aware. She sent me nothing. She messaged me the next day to ask some questions. I ignored them and she said nothing more. I know she worked an additional day there, but my aunt says she did not see her. I know she was told to stay away from me. I have not heard anything since being home. Fingers crossed it stays this way. Still early days and the hospital is being dealt with for all the other stuff. What a story. That's kind of like not what I usually have on my channel. This was interesting. From a parent's perspective, moms and dads, I want to know your thoughts on this. I can't relate and have a personal experience to share, obviously. So let me know your thoughts. I'll see you in the comment section. Stay classy out there. Stay sassy. I'll see you tomorrow.